Washington. A few days later, it all seems too perfect. The Houston Astros clinched the American League pennant last Saturday with a home run in the bottom of the ninth inning by Jose Altuve, their leader and heartbeat. Minute Maid Park erupted in joy. The Astros would be hosting the opening games of the World Series for the first time, and they would have their best pitchers rested and ready. Now, as the World Series moves to Washington for the first time in 86 years, it is the Nationals who have seized the moment, and the Astros are reeling. Houston's aces, Jarrett Cole and Justin Verlander, lost in consecutive games for the first time all season. After a one-run loss in the opener, the Astros were humiliated in a 12-3 thrashing on Wednesday. And the very celebration set off by Altuve's homer turned into a shameful incident that led to the firing of Brandon Taubman, Houston's assistant general manager, on Thursday. In the clubhouse party after Saturday's clincher of the AL Championship Series, Taubman profanely gloated repeatedly, without prompting to a group of female reporters about the team's acquisition of closer Roberto Osuna, who joined the team last year while serving a 75-game suspension for domestic violence. One of the reporters is known to tweet the National Domestic Abuse Hotline number when Osuna pitches, and was wearing a purple bracelet supporting abuse victims. The Astros bungled their initial responses, first refusing to comment for the Sports Illustrated column that exposed Taubman's tirade, then claiming late Monday the story had been fabricated, a charge swiftly debunked by witnesses. The next day, the team issued a hollow statement from Taubman, who apologized for using inappropriate language. The team changed all that Thursday, firing Taubman after conducting interviews as part of MLB's investigation, apologizing to Sports Illustrated, the reporter who wrote the story, and at last leaving no equivocation. We were wrong, the Astros said. At Nationals Park on Thursday, Taubman's former boss, general manager Jeff Luhnow, finally answered questions about the incident, and Taubman, whose contract he had recently extended. This was an employee that I hired and thought worked for us for 5 years, who did something that was out of character for him, not consistent with his behavior in the past, Luhnow said. That is not something that we condone, not reflective of what the Astros culture is all about or what we believe in. While Luhnow added that the organization had a lot of really good people, he acknowledged that many of those people had somehow approved the first statement, which essentially amounted to a fake news defense. There were a lot of people involved in reviewing it, looking at it, approving it. It was on behalf of the Astros, he said. But regardless of who wrote it and who approved it, it was wrong, it was incorrect. It should never have been sent out. We've learned a lesson about it. Luhnow has acted boldly with his roster, building the Astros into a power and maximizing their chances for multiple championships. They won their first in 2017, 2 months after he traded for Verlander. He traded for Cole in 2018 and another ace, Zach Greinke, in July. Those pitchers were not flawless in the ALCS, but the staff as a whole was stingy enough to stifle the Yankees' hitters at big moments. In the Nationals, though, the Astros have met an opponent that is riding a 5-month streak of dominance. Since May 24, Washington is 84-40. The Astros, in that same span, are 81-43. Early struggles forced the Nationals to take the long route in October, starting with a wild card game in the postseason. But they also fueled a season-long, high-speed chase that has never slowed. We've been playing pretty much playoff-style baseball since the end of May, said Nationals general manager Mike Rizzo, whose team seems to thrive under pressure. So far in the World Series, they are beating the Astros at their own game. The Astros win with strong starting pitchers and contact-hitting sluggers. But in this series, Washington's Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg, 4 runs, 11 innings, have been a bit better than Cole and Verlander, 9 runs, 13 innings, and the Nationals' hitters have worn down Houston's arms with sophisticated at-bats. The Astros hitters had the fewest strikeouts in the majors, with the best slugging percentage in the game. But the National Saw hitters were close. They had the fourth fewest strikeouts and ranked 7th in the majors in slugging percentage. Their lineup does not look as imposing as Houston's, but Asdrubal Cabrera, Howie Kendrick and Kurt Suzuki, a well-traveled but well-respected veterans, have come up with big hits to support the mainstays Anthony Rendon, Juan Soto and Ryan Zimmerman. The Array dynamic, top to bottom, Verlander said. I guess I haven't really paid that much attention because the Array in the National League, but you start preparing for that lineup, I think the Array way better than they get credit for. They can hit, and they work you. They have a good approach, and they adjust from at-bat to at-bat. It's a grind. For all of the justified excitement about the rotations in this World Series, the starters have been merely ordinary so far, combining for a 4.88 earned run average and allowing 37 base runners, viaduct hits. Oregon walks Indiana 24 innings. In Game 3, the Astros will count on Greinke, who has a 6.43 ERA this month and has lasted at least 5 innings just once in 3 starts. Maybe his crafty style will work better than the power stuff of Cole and Verlander, but his margin for error is slim. His style of pitching begs for pitch execution to be at a premium when you are going to play cat and mouse. Velocity, change rhythm, change tempo, the high fastball, the multiple breaking balls, that's his style of pitching, manager A.J. Hinch said. And against elite hitters, what's necessary is the execution, not flawlessly, but in the right areas for your mistakes. Some of those haven't been in the right areas, and he's gotten burned. The Astros need Greinke to be like Brett Saberhagen in 1985, Bob Ojeda in 1986 and David Cone in 1996, starters who won Game 3 on the road after their teams lost the first 2 World Series games at home. Saberhagen's Kansas City Royals, Ojeda's Mets and Cone's Yankees are the only teams to recover from a 0-2 deficit to win the championship. The Astros huddled in their clubhouse after Game 2, and Altuve said they reminded each other of their past comebacks, especially in the 2017 ALCS, when they lost 3 games in a row at Yankee Stadium but then won 2 elimination games and the series. They insist they can match the feat of the Royals, the Mets and the Yankees. Absolutely, shortstop Carlos Correa said. Not a lot of teams win 107 games a year. This is a special team, this is not just a random team. If there's a team out there that can do it, it's us. Now, after an uncomfortable and unproductive few days, there is no time to waste. We know we have to go out there and win some games, Altuve said. We have no choice.